So I'm back. We are still in Barcelona and we are still on statistical graphics. So first, today we're going to cover histograms, and you will love how easy it is to make histograms with Excel. But first, let's talk about what is a histogram anyway? A lot of people, a lot of people get confused between a bar chart and histogram. They do look very similar, but a bar chart is a graph of qualitative data, and histograms a graph of quantitative data. Even if the data isn't actually continuous in your data set, if it's continuous in theory, like there could be a score between 27%, 29%, even if there isn't, then a histogram could be the appropriate technique. The other good thing about histograms is they show the shape of a distribution with, say, you have people's favorite colors or their favorite flavor of ice cream or whatever. You could move those in any order, and that's not going to make any difference. Where if you've got quantitative data and you've got this number of people got 20%, this number got 30%, 40%, and you switch the order of the bars, it definitely is going to make a difference. So the histograms are showing the shape of a distribution from the lowest scores to the highest scores and how that goes. So let's look at some actual data. This is a test of multiplication and division administered to children at two reservation schools, the same kids who were in our previous example that we looked at their gender and their grade distribution. So this is a histogram of the actual test scores of the students on a test of mathematics. Take a look at this for a minute and just think to yourself, what are some things that this chart tells you? These are the percentage correct. And you can see the bin size, which they love to talk about in this section on histograms, is 10. So from 8 to 18, we had maybe one student. From 18 to 28, there were 10. What does this histogram say to you? A few observations I made. No one scored a zero, so that's good. In fact, it appears that each student's answered at least two questions correctly. I know this because it was a 24-item test. Two items correct would round to 8%. Most common scores were 28 to 38%. It's not great. Few students scored over 67%. Scores ranged from 8% to 98%, and it's positively skewed. The textbook talks about how to decide width and number of groups or number of bins for histograms quite a bit. It actually is pretty easy to vary these in Excel and just decide what makes the most sense and conveys your message. I would start with the default that Excel gives you, and then if you think that that's not appropriate, then try making it larger, smaller. Creating a histogram in Excel is super easy. Click on that column you want to analyze, click data, then analyze data, and bada boom, you'll see a histogram on the right. You can insert the histogram in your sheet and then copy it, put it in your Word document, whatever you want to do with it, a PowerPoint, as I did many things. And there are a lot of options for formatting, some of which you already saw, like making the text bigger, the font bigger, changing the title, and so on. Now remember, histograms are for quantitative data. Let's go over here and pick something quantitative. Let's do our pretest scores. Click on them, pick data, analyze data, and what I tell you, over there is a histogram. And I can just click on Insert Chart, and there's my chart. I could make it bigger, there's the title. I want to get fancy, I could click on things, make it a different color. Anyway, all you really need to do, though, to create a histogram in Excel is click on a quantitative variable, pick data, click on a quantitative variable, pick analyze data, and it will create your chart. And that's it. That's how easy it is.